Okay.
Good evening, my C++ students, and welcome. There's Vincent out here. Welcome, Vincent. I'm so happy you joined
Good
us.
evening, sir.
Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Right. So, Vincent, what have you been busy with for the last couple of days?
Basically, what I've been busy with is the assignments which we've been given.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm busy with that. It's just that there's just one portion that I'm busy with the which is the seating arrangement.
Okay. Okay. So,
Because I figured out the last part.
oh, that's great. That's great. Which was the last part you said you figured out?
I don't remember, but the last part I'm not too disturbed by.
Okay. Okay. Right. So let's just revise what we've done so far. I'm going to open up my code blocks and I'm going to open up the program that we worked on a couple of weeks ago, right? The one that says I needed to, let's do a build and run there. Right, so I'm going to, let's just share my screen. I see I got Simpiria. Welcome, Simpiria. How are you? Good evening, Simpiria. Are you there? Simpiria. I'm sharing my screen and you should be able to see, it would say welcome to COS 1511 flight booking system. Vincent, are you able to see that? I've moved it.
Yes, I see that, sir.
Okay, great. So we're just going to revise what we've done for some time now, last couple of weeks, where we were busy trying to answer assignment 3, the one. Here's the assignment question. Cancel that. I'm going to do a new, I'm not sure if this share is available. Let's do a new share. Right. Stop share screen. Right, there we go. So let's go to the flight booking system right at the end. And let's just go through the question. And I'm so happy, Vincent, you told me that you got to grips with the last part of it, right? But let's go through the first part of it and the second part of it. And you told me you were having difficulties with your two-dimensional array. Am I correct, Vincent? Somewhere out there, right?
You are very correct, sir.
Okay, so here's the example. It says that there are a total of 50 seats. So that will tell you that that's a constant value that you need to keep. There are two classes, first class and economy class. The first class they tell you is 1,000, is it 1,000 or is it, the economy class is 1,600 and the first class is 20% more than that. So if you work out 20% of 1,600 and you add that, you should get 1,920, somewhere there. Then it should say, welcome to COS 1511 flight booking system. Enter your full name, Hannah George. We did that last week where we needed to, no, 2 weeks ago, where we needed to have included the get line. Then we said we needed to have requested the options from 1 to 5. And we needed to have validated that. And the only way we could do that was in a loop. So let's go and pretend now that we're running the program. Like we see, it says on the top, welcome to COS 1511 flight booking system. Enter the full name, Hannah, George, right? Pretty happy with that. And you'll notice because of getLine, I'm able to differentiate between the two strings with the space in between. The available time for the flights are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go and pretend like we make a mistake. So if we had to enter in 6, it would tell me that it's an incorrect option. If I enter in 9, incorrect option, it'll only work for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I entered in 1, it says yes, and it would give me the Hannah George travel ticket, Johannesburg, Cape Town, departure time, arrival time. Okay, so let's go to the code. Let's have a look at what the code looks like. And let's do a reshare. So, right, so there we go. I've got a whole lot of include statements out here, but this IO man IP, I need that for me to use the set W. Remember we tried that around? And I was using a struct. I mentioned to you that a struct is like a record. We have a number of fields in there, and we have to assign some values to that. And you'll notice that in the flight booking system, we had a person's name, the departure date, arrival date, or the arrival place, right, or departure place or airport. And to make it even more complicated, I decided to show you functions because I felt that's what you needed to have used, right? So in this case, we had a void function, the welcome function, and we requested welcome to the COS 1511 flight booking system, enter your full name, get line C in first name. So that was pretty easy and pretty simple, right? All I did was to display the name. In order for me to display the ticket, I used the output that was given to me. I looked at the output and I said it's a travel ticket flight. Let's look at if I could share both my screen, if I could both on the same screen. And I took that straight from the output from there, right? It says travel ticket flight, name Hannah George, and that's what I got out there. Then it requested me to have the flight times, which I use set W, or some of the students mentioned that they used an array to store that in, right? Some use it as struct, depends on you. But most important out here is the choice. In order to be able to validate your choice, you needed to have used a while loop. So here's my while loop. While choice is less than 0 or choice is greater than 5, incorrect option, please choose from 1 to 5. So Vincent, I feel like I'm talking to myself. Are you there?
I'm still here, sir.
Okay, great. So this aspect of the while and the validation that appeared in previous year exam papers. I would suggest we go over that, right? Then let's look at the main program. In the main program, we had the calling of functions, right? The void function, welcome, display tickets. So that's where we left off a couple of weeks ago, last week. Now, what I did was I broke this up into little aspects or parts of it. And now I'm going to include for you the two-dimensional array. You know, you were telling me that you were having difficulty with that, Vincent?
Big time.
All right, so big time headache with that. And let's see if I can get that to run. I'm going to close this. I'm going to open that. Oops, I stopped sharing. Let me go and reshare. Share my screen. I'm going to close that. And let's open that and build and run. All right, so welcome to the COS 1511 booking system. So there we go, Vincent, on the top, it will say welcome to the thing. And it's Hannah George, Hannahgeorge. The available flight times to the flights are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, I could test it, and it's going to, right, so I'm going to punch in 2. And now you'll notice, Vincent, it gives me the two-dimensional, I'm happy for that, right? It gives me the two-dimensional array, which is the first class tickets and the economy class tickets. And I now need to request from the user what seat he wants to choose, right? He wants to select a particular seat. So let's go and select A4. This should be the first class seat. When I select that, it's going to give me, okay, I still need to work on the departure time, arrival time, but there's Hannah George. I need to incorporate that as part and pass that as a parameter.
Yo.
Okay, let me just mute that. Right, I'll just mute, sorry about that. Right, so, there's Sam here. Sam is here. Welcome, Sam. How are you, Sam? Welcome.
No, I'm good.
Sam, we're just going over the assignment. I know you submitted it already. Is that true, Sam? Okay, Sam has muted himself, right? Okay, that's fine. That's no hassles. Right. So this is where you need to go on and it'll give you. Do you want to book another ticket? Yes, I want to book another ticket. And welcome, give it to me. It's Vincent. All right, and there we go. What are the flight times that I want to choose? I know Vincent likes to have breakfast with his wife, so he likes to go after lunch. Let's choose 5, and it's going to display the 2-dimensional array, right? So you can see there's rows and columns out here, and yeah, so that's what we need to get to, Vincent, right? Sam. Hello, Sam.
Yes, sir.
Right. Sam, did you get to this stage of Sam? How are you, Sam? Hello, Sam Kumalo.
Hello, my network is bad.
Oh,
I can't hear.
200, 300 and just one moment.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on 307.
Okay, so let's open up page 307.
It's the last activity on the 2-dimensional array chapter.
With 5 rows, write a program that does reservations for a theater with 5 rows of seats and 9 seats per row. The rows are numbered from A to E back to front and the seats from 1 to 9 in each row. The user should be presented with a seating plan showing the current bookings from which number of seats in one row can be booked. For example, in which row do you want seats? A, how many seats do you want? 2, starting at which number? 2 seats reserved in row A, RR. If you look at our assignment question, Vincent, doesn't this look familiar?
Yes, I'm listening.
It's a 2-dimensional array. There's rows and there's columns. And, right. So it says store the data in a 2-dimensional array of characters. Initially, all the elements of the array contain the character dash to indicate that the seats are available. When a reservation is made, the program must be determined if the requested seats are available, and if they are, we must reserve them. A reservation is made by assigning the character R to the elements in a question. Let me see, what do they ask in my assignment question, right? In my assignment question, what do they ask? They said in my assignment question, they talk and tell me that it must be indicated with is it a star?
The seats that have been taken, sir.
Yes, with the star,
the 2 stars.
Star,
yeah.
Right? So let's go through that, Vincent. Right, let me find the solution to that. Okay, so Vincent, we looked at the exercise 26 lesson 26.3, is it right? We said we want to see how this operates because we want to have rows and columns, and the flight booking system has something similar to that. So if you can have seats in a theater, in a cinema, with rows and columns, we can do the same thing with the flight booking system. So let's go and look at our code and run the program. There we go. It says theater reservations, row A to E, seats 1 through 9. To stop, type Q for the row. If you look at what we have for lesson 26.3, Vincent, it's very similar.
Sir.
Very similar, right? Well, they just have the aisle in the aeroplane seats, and well, in the cinema you should have an aisle as well, but it doesn't matter, right? Now, if you get to grips to understand this program, Vincent, you should be able to answer the assignments, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So let's look at it. So let's start from the top. It says, I need to display a 2-dimensional array. In a 2-dimensional array, I have rows and I have columns. So here's right. So that's where I start. It says int I, plan number of rows, number of seats. So this is where I declare my two-dimensional array. My two-dimensional array is called plan, and let's go and have a look what happens here.
Okay.
There we go. It says initially all the characters in the theater should have a dash. There's the dash out here. If I looked at my assignment question, similarly, that's what happened, where I needed to have kind of emptied the seats, allowed everybody to leave the aeroplane. Let's now go and mark seats is a function. Where's mark seats? Where's my mark seats? There's mark seats out here. So let's look at mark seats. What happens in mark seats? In mark seats, each row and each column is given a marker. So if I'm looking at it, I need to access the row and the column within each element of this two-dimensional array. Now that's how a two-dimensional array is basically defined. You need to specify what's the row number and what's the column number. So it's an intersection of a row and a column. That's what happens.
Okay.
Right? Now you'll notice in the top of the, let's run this again. Let's run it again. We'll see it. On the top, it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Somewhere out here, they also display that. There we go. It says A, B, and it says A, B, C, D, E. That's the row characters, rows.
Oh, okay, okay.
Right? If I look at the plan, display it, it's, well, we did this a couple of weeks ago. The \T, that's your tab. That's your tab function. And let's display the plan itself. In order for me to display the plan itself, I need to declare it as part of a nested for loop. Here's my nested for loop, my rows and my column. So let's look at the output again. Come output. Why is my output not showing? Right, there we go. If I look at my output and I look at the loops that says display the plan itself. For int I equals 0, I less than num rows, I plus plus, C out row, for int j equals j less than number of seats, plan I subscript j. So that will display this plan, the number of rows and the number of columns. So in order for you to display your flight booking system, Vincent, you will need to have lines of code similar to this, which is a nested loop, basically. All right, a nested loop that displays the two. Okay, so I'm not going to continue any further with this program. This is something that you should have done on your own, right? And I am glad. Chantal, question? Simpiria, question?
No, sir, I have no question.
Have you started the assignment, Chantal?
Yes, I have, sir.
Okay.
And I was actually dealing with this earlier, what you're showing us.
Yes.
I was having difficulties, to be honest, but I think you answered my questions.
Oh, I'm happy for that. Thank you. I'm glad that I'm. Pabel, any questions? Oh, you have network issues. Okay, sorry. All right, Simperia, do you have any questions for me? Have you finished the assignment? Oh, listen to this. Few students contacted me this morning and they said that they were unable to access the UNISA site to upload the assignment. So don't leave it for the last day. Please, please, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm hoping by Monday I would have been sorted.
I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to cannot minimize. Okay, all right. Let's go.
Sir?
Yes.
Just one quick question. As per the agreement which we had before or during this assignment time, I think we're in agreement that probably maybe from next week, as I can see that the assignment is due on the 31st.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Are we then, this is the question that I'm posing, are we then going to start looking at past papers from next week?
Yes, not from next week. We still have, don't you have another assignment to do?
Eish, on the 10th. Due
Yeah,
on
you
the,
got another assignment.
yeah.
You, yeah, man, you got another assignment.
I remember, yeah, man.
Yeah,
But, sir,
4th of October.
but, sir,
Yeah,
but then we start our exams in September.
Hey, that's weird. Did they give you an exam date?
I've got dates, I think from, if I'm not mistaken, sir,
Yeah.
I've got,
Are they not in
I've got-
October?
I think maybe, I thought it was September from the 20th, or is it October
No.
the 20th?
I think it's October.
Oh, thank you. Yo, hey, one less stress. I'm gonna get you,
Wait,
Chantel, for laughing at me. Remember, I've got you on WhatsApp,
Sorry.
Okay, so
Wait.
we'll work on assignment 4, right? This while loop, and it's got fill in the code.
I think Jesus is coming now.
This is how your assignment would be. They'll ask you to complete the code for the loop. There we go. Invalid selection. Please re-enter. Oh, you know how to do this. Please enter a choice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 to quit. While choice is, come on, you know how to do this. I helped you already. Invalid choice. Or, well, in this case, it's selection. How many ticket options would you like? Invalid.
I think this assignment now is gonna be, it's helping us with the next assignment.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
so too.
Yeah, nested loops. If you do the 2-dimensional, you'll be able to answer this one. Average, the outer loop, inner loop, that's also, yeah. Functions, there we go, function with no parameters. Oh man, come on. I already showed you how to do a function over here, right? So number, square, cube, you'll need to have knowledge of loops out here. Definitely. Hey, there you go, print tabs. Functions with different return types and parameters. Okay, we did that last week where you had a value parameter and a reference parameter. New Metro is special on movies. Okay. Write a program to demonstrate the use of the following functions. And that's the end. Only 5 questions for assignment 4. Yeah, Vincent, you have another assignment to do.
No, I saw that, sir. I was just busy with this one.
Okay. So if we can get this assignment out of the way, then we can start with exam.
I think we don't have a choice because the 31st is just a couple of days. So.
And I started giving you resources, October, November exam paper. I'm not sure if you had a look at my UNISA.
Remember what the site has been down.
No, it's up and running.
I'm joking.
Oh, okay. There it is, yeah. Vincent, are you able to see the My UNISA website?
Yes, sir.
I was on it, I think, a couple of days ago. So yeah.
I was on it today, so it was working.
Okay. It's my internet is slow. But there it is, October, November exam paper. I started you guys with the revision already. Thanks for the past papers. Oh, you're welcome. Exam dates are finalized. Math 1512 is on the 17th. We're not interested in maths. When is cost 15? Simply exam date cost 15/11.
I think it's like on the 20th, somewhere there.
20th of October.
Somewhere there, like
Yes,
20.
it's in October. It's in October.
Yeah, 2021.
Okay. Why is my October November exam? Okay, October November exam. Please log into the MyUnisa website because they monitor the student activity, right? In terms of how many logins. And very often when I post a message in your Dropbox folder, that's the only time that the statistics shoots high as can be.
Can I ask a question, sir?
Of course you can. That's the whole purpose of this.
Just looking at past papers, né? And with your experience, what is the exam? Because obviously I should think it's our first time writing or sitting in an exam like this. What is the marks normally out of?
Okay, then you must look at the past
It's not
exam.
80.
80.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not 80. Or maybe 100. I'm not.
Okay, so there's the exam paper there. I actually answered question 1 and question 2 for you.
Okay.
Right. And I give you some motivation as well. Learn something new.
Reason why I ask is that you said we shouldn't look at them now. We should rather concentrate on obviously this assignment and
yes.
so I think I took that your advice and I haven't looked at any of the question papers as yet.
Okay, you can look at it now and then instead of reading the newspaper or something. Look at right. Just to get a feel for it. But the important concept that I was trying to get at, Vincent, is that the assignments contribute towards your final mark. So you need to ensure that you do the assignments. And also, while you're doing the assignments, you kind of, learn the concepts in programming. For example, the two-dimensional array. You know that assignment 3 deals with the two-dimensional array. You've got to do it, whether you like it or not. So that will force you to learn it, right? And I'll share that solution for the cinema example with you, where you're able to see the rows and columns, and you need to adapt that for the flight booking system. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Chantal, do you have a question, query? It's 5 to 7. We were here, Vincent logged in about 6 or so. And I realized 1 hour is too long because the recording becomes too long as well. And we don't want that. Oh, I should stop the recording. We can talk about anything else that we want to. Let's stop the recording. Oh,
your honest opinion, in your honest opinion, do you think we obviously do you think we have enough time?
It's August. Let's say August is over. You've got the entire month of September, and you've got 3 weeks basically in October. Yes, you have time. 4 plus 3 is 7 weeks. You've got 7 weeks.
Yeah.
But Vincent, the problem is you'll be in Amtata working. You've got wife to sort out. You've got I don't know if you've got kids or what, but all of those things play a role that you don't have 7 weeks just for cost 15/11.
Yeah, the plan is to be back home within the next week and a bit.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Chantal, and you, do you think you'd be able to cope by the 21st of October? Oh, thank you, Pavel. You sent a screenshot.
I think so. I think
so. Okay.
Yes.
I don't think the exam will be as complicated as the flight booking example, right?
No, it won't.
They don't expect you, they don't expect you to do the flight booking question in an examination. Because if they're using that as, then it should only have that as one question. Okay, and I don't think they'll want to do that. They'll want to have an exam that tests you on all the concepts. By the way, flight booking system does test you on all the concepts, because it goes right up to structs. Two-dimensional structs, one-dimensional, it tests you on strings, it tests you on parameter passing. Oh, it goes to town. Okay, 3 minutes to 7. Talk to me. Can we call it tonight?
Yeah, because I think
Chantel, in honor of you, we actually included your name out there for full name. Welcome to Flight Booking System. Can you see that? Chantel Matumba.
Yes, sir.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see it.
And there's your name there, Chantel. Okay, now you'll have to come up with something similar to what I have out here for the assignment, right?
So do you mind going down?
Going down.
Yes. Fast to see the program down. Scrolling down.
You must struggle a little more. Try and work on that. You can't see the program. There's no program. It's only the right. Right. I've helped you up to this point. The only thing I haven't really and truly shown you stuff is the two-dimensional aspect. But I expected you to have worked on that
Yes.
26.3 because that would have helped. Will help you. All right,
Yes.
Chantal?
Yes, sir.
So, Simperia, Chantal, Fabio, Vincent, let's say goodnight to that.
cheers, sir. Thank you.
You're
Thank you very
welcome.
much.
You said you were
Have a
going
good
to
one.
send something to me.
Let me send that tomorrow.
Okay, work on it.
I'll call you when I'm in East London tomorrow. Thanks.
Who? I'm Tata, East London,
Thank you,
all
sir.
over the country. When you coming to Durban, Vincent? Okay.
I'll be back soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night. Bye. Please work on that assignment.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye.